know who it is, Big Hendo. I got my dog in the building, John Keith.
What you expect?
Hey,
Did what I said.
Hey,
tat on my neck.
Hey,
who you gon' press?
Hey,
demons depressed. Hit me direct. This how you flex. Might lose my head in the mirror every time I'm seeing smoke.
Hey, that's enough. That's enough. Hey, no, I ain't gonna give you no. This is just a sample. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I got my dog John Keith in the building.
Yes, sir.
What's up with you, bro?
How you feeling?
Hey, man, I'm feeling good, bro. I'm feeling good because I got a young legend in the building. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
stop it.
Hey, people don't even know your credentials, I think, bro.
Man, you know that comes with it. You know, people not really knowing what's happening. That's all good.
Hey, John Keith, a cold piece down in this industry in San Diego, man. I was introduced to you through my boy Nate.
Yes, sir.
Unplugged. Yep, for Unplugged, we was doing some performances.
Yes, sir.
Here, you know what I'm saying? And John Keith came on and performed in the studio, bro. And I was like, this guy is stupid. Man. You know, had flows. You know what I'm saying? I became an instant fan of you, bro.
Appreciate
and one particular song that I'm still in love with, bro, this is still in my rotation. You know what I'm saying? You got songs that you cool, you like, then you got those songs that mean a lot to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that 24 Karat.
Man.
Woo!
Yeah.
Hey, if you guys haven't heard 24 Karat by John Keith, please go listen to that song. It's a crazy song. You know what I mean? It's really deep. You know what I mean?
Man.
Hey, the devil trying to tell me that I'm average. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, dog.
But let's get with you, man. How's everything with you? You're doing some your album dropped, you know, you're doing some touring. You know what I mean? You're doing some big things right now.
Yes, sir, man. Album dropped March. Eremos. You know what I'm saying? My baby.
Yeah.
Pour my heart, blood, sweat, tears, you know what I'm saying? Everything, my story into that. And yeah, I mean, it's just going good. You know what I'm saying? People resonating. There's actually a couple people that went and got Eremos tatted.
No way, bro.
Yeah, man. I matter of fact, I got the little pictures. They sent, like, some fans sent them to me. I'm like, bro, I had to.
Oh, you serious, bro?
Yeah, bro. It's very crazy.
Bro, how does it feel, man? Like, people coming in, they're tatting your album, you on their skin. That's forever.
That's wild. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, that's it.
You see that right there? That's nuts.
Bro, how do you feel, bro?
It feels incredible, you know? And it feels, it's heavy.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's like, you know, there's people that, you know, these songs, these stories that you put your life into, like, it means that much to them. You know, they want it on their skin forever. And it's like that's a heavy thing to walk around with, you know, so.
You know, for me personally, like, I listened to your music. Like I said, I was introduced to you like 2 years ago. And I started listening to John Keith. And the songs that you make are they're deep songs. They mean a lot. You know what I mean? You talk about a lot of different things in your songs. I mean, not just average, like, a lot of people just talk about stuff, you know, like the everyday life, but you talk about like depression, suicidal things, and things that will help people. So I can kind of see people getting that tattooed on them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, it means a lot, you know, and it's a lot of it just comes out in it's like therapy for me, you know, and a lot of it, like, I have to, like, I fight to put it out. I don't want to put it out. Like, right. I got a song on my album called The Bridge.
Woo!
I was that close. That was almost not on it because I wrote that just as, like, therapy for me.
Yeah.
And I was like, this feels too personal. This feels too intimate. And bro, I didn't want it out. And my wife was like, nah, you gotta, like, that has to go on there.
Bro, that's my favorite song on that whole album. Man. Because you're so transparent in that song. Let's dig into that a little bit. Let's talk about that song because I think people can learn a lot from you know, this conversation we have, you know what I mean? So you're talking about a lot of depression in that song and everything like that. So, like, when did you start, like, you know, get into the, like, feeling depression and things like that?
Yeah, man. I was, you know, like I say in that song, I was 11. 11? I was 11, yeah. Okay. I was 11 years old the first time I had a thought to not want to be alive anymore.
Wow.
And, you know, and then come to find out later on, you know what I'm saying, it kind of, it runs into the family, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a generational, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, my father struggled with that growing up. My mother struggled with that. And so, you know, I don't know. There's like I think it's like a mixture of, like, there's like some chemical imbalance type stuff maybe, with a mixture of, like, just today's, like, society, with a mixture of what I think is a very real, like, spiritual side to things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that there really is, like, a darkness, you know what I'm saying, that wants wants the worst for us. And so, yeah, you know, that was the first time. I was 11 years old, and it kind of just, it stayed for a long time.
Do you still experience depression to this day?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You know, it's funny because, you know, so like I'm a Christian, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I believe wholeheartedly in Jesus and in God and everything. And so I'm like, you know, there's a lot of people that are like, they don't know that those things can run in the same circles. They don't know that, like, whoa, wait, hold on, you a Christian. You supposed to be Mr. Joy and happy all the time and all that. And that's, you know, sometimes that's the case.
You're still a human.
But I'm a human.
Right.
And I hurt, and, you know what I'm saying, things go wrong, and you know, and sometimes nothing goes wrong, and it's still, you know. And so it's like a mixture. It's a mixture of things I have to do to fight it. It's like practical, and there's spiritual things. Like there's really, I really like dedicate myself to prayer and to like silence and solitude and all those things. And I also make sure I go outside, make sure I drink water, make sure I'm like focusing on what I'm grateful for. You know what I'm saying? Like, and talking to people. Like there's very real practical steps and spiritual practices that goes into fighting these things. You know?
Right. So, you know, it was funny, man. I remember before, bro, I felt like, you know, somebody being depressed was like a weak person, a weak mind. Until I kind of,
that's real heavy with our
culture,
people too. Yeah. So it's like,
because we get a program like that. Oh, you weak, you know what I mean? You know, and I'm not gonna lie, I was ignorant like that until I was I had depression. You know, like, and you know, a lot of things was going on in my life, bro, and I kind of slipped into this little depressed state, and it was like the worst time of my life, bro. Like I was in this fog. I couldn't. It was my brain wasn't working right. You know what I mean? And it was deep. It was scary. It was really deep. So that taught me a lot, man. I have a lot of respect for people and empathy for people that's going through that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, bro, definitely. I got a lot of respect for it, bro. And that song too, you said that you felt suicidal as well, bro.
Yeah. The song's called "The Bridge" because I'm telling a story about the time where I had planned to throw myself off a
bridge.
You know, Coronado Bridge is what was what I planned to do. And the way I was going about it was I was still making sure, you know, everyone thought I was cool. And I plan to throw myself off a bridge after handing out smiles. Like I'm with people. I was at a family function.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And making people laugh and, you know, all of that. And my plan was when I'm done here, I'm gonna go do that. And I called it The Bridge because of that, with a mixture of I felt like God had said to me, yo, you had planned to end your life with the bridge, but now I'm gonna make your life the bridge. You know, and like bring people that struggle with that into a place of hope. You know what I'm saying? That they didn't know was possible. And so, yeah, man, that song is really like the center of the album.
Right, it is.
You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So question, what made you stop? Like what made you stop, you know, from carrying out that
I would, you know what I'm saying? It's so funny. I'm like, man, I hate to get this spiritual this early on in the joint, but I'm like, you know, like, I don't know what else to call it besides God.
Nice.
Like I don't know. I have no reason or rhyme to be like, well, you know what I'm saying? There was like this one person that did, or I thought that maybe I might. I think it was just God. You know.
Yeah.
And so, you know, praise God, I'm here. I'm alive. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to have a kid. Like I'm married. Like I'm experiencing blessings. You know what I'm saying? And love. And in the midst of that, it's still tough sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a difficult time currently. You know what I'm saying, for me, but. Like I said, I have those steps that I take to try and make sure that I don't slip all the way back into that kind of default low place, you know.
Amazing album, bro. Like really deep album.
Thank
Every
you,
song on there is like a hitter.
Thank you.
Every song. Other than The Bridge, what other song do you like on that album?
Man, it's a couple. You know, I'm a big fan of like art and writing.
Okay.
And so like, you know, there's a song on there called "Who's Laughing."
Okay, yeah, I like that one too.
I love that song because there's like this duality to it. You know what I'm saying? The hook, it says, who's still around and who got down after. When you bet it all, that's when everybody scatters. Don't let no one tell you that you don't really matter. They say life a funny thing. Oh, they say life is funny, but now who's laughing? Right? And that's the first part of the hook. The second part says, I don't want to fall apart like I did last year, but maybe if I fall off, then I would be happier. Say I'm not too far because I don't want to crash here. They say life is a funny thing, but look around. Who's laughing? Yeah. So it's like the first side is like, yo, they tried to say I couldn't do it, but look who's laughing now. Yeah. And then the second half is like, nigga, nobody's laughing.
Let's go.
This sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had a whole bunch of success with this joint, and I'm still down bad. I'm still not happy. Why is that? It's because this is not the stuff that matters, you know? And so it's like the song is a question, who's laughing, but the answer is nobody. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm a big fan of like writing and you know what I'm saying, like the contrast and things like that. So yeah.
You know, another thing too, like you read a lot about your downfalls and your low points of your life, and those at the same time, there's our blessings too. You know what I mean? Because we learn a lot through that. Yeah. Like some of my lowest points of my life was like, it's kind of weird to say some of the best parts of my life, because I learned a lot about myself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you're taking that and you're making therapeutic and you're putting it in this album, but you're helping everybody else around the world. You know what I mean? Because people experience the same thing you're experiencing.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So like I said, it's a blessing what you're doing, bro. People don't understand that you make the beats on your album too.
A good portion of them. You know what I'm saying? If I don't
my guy out there rapping and making them beats was cold too.
Appreciate it, man. If it's not me, then it's one of my close friends that does, you know, and I'm involved in every piece of it. So if I didn't produce it with my hands, then I, you know what I'm saying, executive produce it with everything else. So I'm like, you know,
clap that up. Y'all didn't understand it until y'all hear the album and hear them beats. I was like, damn, who making these beats? Yeah, these is cold. Then you got the raps and everything with it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dang, this is Christian rap. This is Christian rap.
Man, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Cold, homie. You cold.
Appreciate it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out David's harp one time. You know what I'm saying? That's where I learned how to get down like that. So yeah, man. Yeah. You know, I love music. I love art. I love rap.
You killing it, bro, for real. I know I get a lot of praise to a lot of people, bro. You making them beats and you rapping, bro, it's very impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro. Thank you, dog.
For real. So you're touring now. You're touring around the world, doing your thing, young, living life. Yeah. You know, spreading the word. Talk to me about your touring, bro.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a process, man. Yeah. I'm not, you know, I don't have an official like booking team right now, so like I'm doing the stuff, all of it,
all by yourself.
I have an assistant.
Woo, hey, big time, baby! You got an assistant, baby. Clap it up, clap it up.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So we just did a show out here in Dago.
Killed it.
Yeah, man, it was cool. We had about 250, 300 people out there. Yeah, it was dope. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really trying to focus on being able to bring just like experiences to the people that you know, resonate with my music everywhere. And so like we just did one out here in Dago. I'm working on doing some stuff next year. It's probably gonna have to get pushed back because I'm going on somebody else's tour, and so I'm like, you know, but I'm gonna make sure it happens because I think that this album Eremos, you know what I'm saying, like I think it's important to people, and I think it's important that people experience it. So
bro, you got people making tattoos on you. It's important to people.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So out of all the places that you've been so far, you don't got to say Dago.
I'm not gonna say Dago.
Dang, like that, bro.
Nah,
wow.
I love my city, but this is the hardest place. Yo, fun fact, Dago is not in my top 25 cities.
What?
For my fans, Dago is not in my top 25.
John Keith, no, listen, don't be disrespectful now. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I be trying to do all that I can. I'm like, why is yo? But you know, I think it's very tough, the San Diego music scene, because I think that as far as hip hop goes, a lot of times people, you know, you don't really have a buzz, to be honest, unless you low key like banging.
Yeah.
Or you not, unless you affiliated some way, because it's not even just me. I know like there's dope hip hop artists out here. Ray Riley.
Oh, he's
Ray.
Oh,
Ray.
Shout out to Ray.
Shout out Ray. Ray is crazy. Amen.
Let's go. Shout out to Amen.
They're crazy.
Absolutely.
But if you go and you type in top 20 rappers in San Diego, I'm not gonna be on none of them lists. Amen's not gonna be on none of them lists. Ray's not on none of them lists. And it's because we not, a lot of us, we not affiliated in none of those kind of ways. And so it's like my fan base is in Texas, Atlanta, Phoenix. It's in LA before Dago. And I'm like, I've done the most shows here. I am here. Like it's crazy.
Right.
So it's a battle. And I'm trying to figure out how can I get a hold, because I know that there are people that just love art in Dago. Right. They love music, and it's like I know that's who I'm for, not just but there's the majority of rap fans in Dago is people not paying attention if you're not banging like that. So.
Wow. So you're saying that, because we talk about this too. I was going to talk about this later, but we're going to talk about it now. So you feel like that's, if you're not affiliated with I won't say gang, but making gangsta rap music, you won't get the love or respect in Dago? Yeah,
I mean, even if you look at the different, I feel like your platform is the only platform that will, put on artists they're just dope because of the music. You look at like Dago TV. Right. You look at, what I'm saying, the only rappers they post, and it doesn't matter about your stats. It doesn't matter that I've had a top 10 country, like top 10 in the country Spotify like debut album. Right. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that I've had albums on Billboard. That doesn't matter. Like it don't matter at all. You know what I'm saying? Like it they point out like the stuff that, or they platform the stuff that I would say like the majority of people is messing with, and that's and it's dope. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like it's the things that's being glorified in it is like, right. And that's kind of just hip hop in general right now, unfortunately. But it's reflected here as well.
100%. So you, like I said, you travel a lot. You've been to a lot of different cities. So what do you think we need to do to be on that mainstream level in San Diego?
Man, I'm
still trying to figure it out myself.
I'm trying to figure it out because there's I mean it, bro. Like there are dope artists
100%
here in Dago. There's Charlie Powers, Shua, Glenn Ray. There's an artist. He lives in LA now, but he's from Dago. His name is Brent Dela Cruz.
Let's go.
Ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Ray, Eamon, like these artists are dope, and like these are artists that you can put up with, whoever, and be like, yeah, like this can stand, But I feel like I'm not sure, I really don't know. It's a tough thing to get people to like try and pay attention, and it's also interesting because I'm like, I want to be like, yo, it's only like gangster rap that people was messing with in Dago, but that's not true, because if Tyler the Creator comes to Dago, he's selling out his show.
100%.
He's gonna go crazy. Right. When Kendrick came to Dago, like that joint was packed because they're like, they love this music, they love the art. They, you know what I'm saying? And it's, we trying to figure out how to get a hold of those people. How do we get a hold of the people that, you're a music fan, and it's not just, I like this song because it's glorifying a lifestyle that I think is dope.
100%. Yeah. So like I said, I love Dago. We got a lot of dope artists, like you said, man. That's one of the reasons why I created this platform. Yeah. So yeah, you're 110% right. So why do you think, this is the last question I asked about Dago, because that's another thing, I ask these questions a lot, but I want to hear your different artists' opinion on these things. So why do you don't think like we get the respect that we deserve from other artists outside of San Diego? Man, outside looking in, because people looking at, oh, it's Dago.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think. For one, I think there are, I think the artists that people know about from Dago. Yeah. I think like that the sound, to me personally, I'm like a lot of it does sound like the same. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of Dago is not making standout music that's like, and I mean, this isn't like shots to anybody. There's a sound. You know what I'm saying? Like Dago has a sound.
Yeah.
And I feel like for a lot of people in like
other cities,
like it's tough for them to get with it. But I think that that doesn't have to be the sound of all of San Diego. You know what I'm saying? Like there's like variety here, and there's all of it. And also I think it's because I've seen a bunch of people use this answer, and it's true though. Right. I think it's because Dago don't give Dago the respect it deserves. Like, why would they start respecting us? We don't respect us. That don't even make no. For what? We
don't work together.
We don't. None of it. You know
and like I said, this is not a diss. I like to have these conversations just so we can, air it out and we can grow from it. You know what I mean? So if everybody can come on here and voice their opinion on it, and that's how we learn. You know what I mean? If we don't talk about it, we're not going to learn. It's not going to be out there.
But I think it's also, I think hip hop in general is in a tough place right now because there's a lot of, I think there's actually is a lot of conflict. Like people are conflicted. Like it's hip hop is down 60%. Like hip hop sales in general
60%
is down 60% right now. I personally think is because the majority of hip hop has no redeemable qualities about it. Meaning and there's some of it that's like this is like reflecting the lifestyle that people lived and live, but it's like for instance, I got a homie. His name is D1.
Okay.
He just went on like Sway in the Morning, all that, and he called out Rick Ross. He called out Jim Jones. He called out Meek Mill, and he was like, "Yo, y'all can do better."
I heard it.
You heard that joint? And all of them, everybody's mad. They like,
responded though.
Oh yeah, they was, and they was
the dreads.
Yeah, that's the homie. And so like they're like, oh, you don't know what we be doing. We be giving out turkeys. You know what I'm saying? We giving out turkeys. We do what you doing for your community. Be careful before you get clapped. Be careful before you. And it's like, well, don't you think that's crazy? Like he's calling for accountability because your music is the same stuff that us as a people is just getting murked to.
Yeah.
Like you giving out turkeys, but it's like that turkey is going to a kid that's gonna die in a couple weeks because somebody's writing to your music. Like that's crazy.
That's deep, bro.
And you
that's deep.
And then you respond with oh, don't speak on my name or we gonna bring violence into this. Oh, that's weird. That's exactly what he said you was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but I think that reflects hip hop in general. I think people are not in general, not like every piece of hip hop, but I think that a lot of hip hop people are getting tired of just like as a culture, like people are like we sick of singing about murder.
Yeah.
We tired of singing about toxicity.
Right.
That gets old.
100%.
And so, I think that in general is tough. I think we have a long way to go to fix that and to get better. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
In general. So I think, yeah.
So being a Christian rapper, do you listen to hip hop music?
Yeah, I listen to hip hop music. It's actually funny, man. I'm about to tell on myself, man. And when I say hip hop music, I mean hip hop music like the genre hip hop, not the stuff that I'm talking about, like with the
shooting, killing.
I'm not gonna entertain that.
Right.
My main people I listen to Kendrick.
Let's go.
I listen to Cole. I listen to Ye. I listen to Tyler. I've been listening to Drake, but like I said, he's getting on some weird stuff. So I'm like, I don't know. But that's the main stuff I listen to.
That's dope.
I don't listen to a lot of Christian rap.
What? What are you talking about? What?
Here's why.
Bro, talk to me.
Here's the thing. This is what I say. I'm a Christian everything, right?
Okay.
I'm a Christian everything.
Right.
Do I make Christian rap? I don't think so.
You do. It depends on the songs. I've been listening to you.
So,
I actually been listening to your songs.
So this is what I mean. Like, okay. Chance the Rapper.
Mm-hmm.
He's another one. I like Chance a lot. a lot of people would, but a lot of people wouldn't say, oh, Chance the Rapper makes Christian rap. A lot of people wouldn't say that. A lot of people would. They'd be like, oh, because, you know, he does like the I'm gonna praise him, like the that stuff.
Right.
But they wouldn't be like, oh yeah, that's a different thing than what like these, but like that's a different genre. They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't say Kanye does that. They'd be like, yeah, he's a rapper.
Just give you some pushback. So I think that what makes you a Christian rapper is because when you're rapping, you have scriptures in your raps.
I have scriptures in my raps.
Some of them you do, not a lot of them, but you do.
I would
Some
like
of them you do.
I would like you to tell me when I had a scriptures.
You had some scriptures in your rap before.
You let me know.
Okay, I'll find them.
You find them. You let me know because
you don't write no scriptures in your rap.
I don't put no scriptures in my rap. I put the principles from scriptures.
Okay, maybe it's that
in my raps.
Okay, maybe it's
right.
That.
So like I'll be like, you know, I'll say like on the bridge, I say, you know, Jesus chose to die so I wouldn't.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
That's nowhere in scripture, but that's what it tells me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like he chose to die so that I would live, right? And that's one thing. But you know, Kendrick says on oh man, what song is that off Damn?
I don't remember.
I think it's Triple X. He says, I would take all of the world's religions and put them all in one service just to tell them that they ain't shit, but he's been perfect. That's straight from scripture too. Right. I mean, minus the profanity, but that's from scripture too. So I'm like, I look at it, I'm like, oh well, this person has these things in his music, but we don't go, that's Christian rap. But you know what I'm saying, we do that with this. Right. And I to be honest, I think the main reason we do that is because, you know, I think for the longest time, I think we did that to ourselves. Right. A lot of Christian rappers. But I think it's also because we don't really have profanity in our music. And so people are like, oh yeah, that's a different thing. But like, if you listen to these rappers, a lot of them, if you take half the things I said and you give it to somebody else, like, oh yeah, that's just a rap. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe that.
So question, why do you don't put scriptures in your raps then?
So I don't put scriptures in my raps because I think people should go and read scripture. I don't think that a 2.5 minute song is the place to try and teach you anything. I think art is for art, and it can mean something to people, and it can help people grow, and it can comfort people. But I think it's art, right? You know, and I think that it's just like, I think that scripture happens in conversation, and I think it can happen in reading. I don't think that quoting, because the other thing is, people don't realize, because in America scripture is like so like commercialized, and it's like the Western church is in a weird place, right? But the meanings and the stuff in scripture is so deep. Like, it would actually be doing scripture injustice to be like, Matthew 2:11, and then move on to the next bar. Like that like completely just craps all over whatever that scripture meant, because I can't fit that in a one section of a 16 bar verse and then move on to a hook to try and make it catchy and make you want to sing along with it. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. I wouldn't try and shove scripture in. A lot of people have issue with that, which is, you know, as you know. Yes. You get some kickback. Yeah, I got a lot of kickback. Yeah. Because
so they're saying that you don't your songs are not Christian enough.
Yeah. Right? But isn't that funny? So it's like this awkward space that a lot of us get pushed into, because it's like there's this people saying this is not Christian enough. Right. And then there's these people saying, oh, but nah, that's different. That's Christian rap. You know what I'm saying? So then it's like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, where am I supposed to be at? Because these people not rocking with me, but these people are like, that's a little bit different. So, you know, it's a tough space, but yeah, I get pushback. I wholeheartedly believe that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, though.
Right.
And so, you know, I don't feel pressure. I don't feel pressure to try and like shoehorn scriptures into my music to please these people. Just like I don't feel the need to try and talk about stuff that I'm not about, like murdering and you know what I'm saying, like all that kind of stuff in my music. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do.
Right. So being a Christian rapper, do you feel like it's harder for you to be successful because it's like a niche? It's like a niche.
Yeah. I think that there's a ceiling to this. So like Christian rappers have a space is what we call it, right? CHH, Christian hip hop.
Right.
And I've met some of my best friends there. And it's a dope place for, like, you know, I think the art of a lot of it is dope. You know, and it's also, it's made me be able to get the career that I do have. It's made me be able to, you know, I'm full time with music. My wife doesn't work. So like I'm able to do that because of this space that we've built. And yet at the same time, it's like, this is a space that, you know, the top dog is Lecrae. You know who Lecrae is?
Yeah, I heard him. I don't know him specifically.
Yeah. Lecrae, and he's a dope dude. You know what I'm saying? That's like one of the big homies. Like he's always trying to, you know, look out and give opportunities and all that. You know, but at the same time, it's like, you know, and this isn't any shade to him. He's, you know, he paved the road for a lot of us.
Right.
You know, but essentially a lot of us are just kind of sharing Lecrae's like fans, you know, from over the years, and that's essentially what's happening. So like, you know, we have a situation where I'm sitting at earlier this year, I was sitting at 380,000 monthly listeners,
man,
right? And and I'm like, dude, this feels crazy. And then I went and saw Lil Yachty. He came to Dago, and he brought this artist. His name is Nick Hakim. Nick Hakim is opening for Yachty, and he has, I think he's got 260,000 monthly listeners.
So you're doing better.
I thought. The fact is that he has 260,000 whatever monthly listeners, and those are all his fans. Whereas in Christian hip hop, it's so collaborative that we're all sharing each other's fans. So if I go out and do shows, I'm not having the kind of turnout that someone like Nick is gonna have. It doesn't make sense for me to go on tour with someone like Yachty because his numbers actually are better than mine. I'm just sharing all these listeners with Lecrae and with all of these people. And so like earlier this year, I was like, you know, I need to start to separate myself, you know. And we do see some success. I just seen one of the homies today was in the studio with Chance the Rapper.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's dope. And he's a super Christian rapper.
Let's go.
He's like, I'm a Christian rapper first. Like that's how he sounds. He's like, you know what I'm saying? That's just how he is. And there is ways to be successful, but it's a little bit different because, like I said, there's that awkward space where people be like, you're
not Christian enough.
And then these other people are like, I'm not a Christian, so I don't resonate with that. And so then you're trying to find a way to just get the music to people,
right,
to your people. Because there are people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's tons of people. Matter of fact, there's so many Christians that don't even know that Christian hip hop exists. That's crazy.
That's true.
You know, and there's a lot of artists that came out of the Christian hip hop space that people don't even know came out of the Christian hip hop space. NF came out of the Christian hip hop space.
Wow.
Montel Fish came out of the Christian hip hop space. You know that song right now? There's a song all over Instagram and everything. It goes, "You my little boo thing." So I don't give a yeah. That's my boy Paul Russell. He came out of the Christian hip hop space.
That's why.
Like there's all these people that came out of the Christian hip hop space, and they managed to get in and kind of shed that attachment, which is, I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? All the time. I think sometimes people start wilding out and they start behaving in ways that that in their heart they don't agree with because you know them.
Right.
But not all the time. You're saying like my boy Paul is living his best life.
Let's go.
And he's he's out here. He's getting out. He was just on Jimmy Kimmel. That kid's going crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? But he came out of that space. You know what I'm saying? And he found a way to get the music to his people. So yeah.
So would you say your overall goal as a Christian rapper is to get to like the mainstream crowd, like the Kanye's and the Chances and stuff like that? Yeah. I mean, like I said, I mean, to me, like, and it's so funny because this is such a like a no thing in the Christian hip hop space, really?
Right? It's such a no.
Wow.
It's such a no. I promise you, I'm gonna say this right now, and then I'm gonna get persecuted.
Bro, don't do it.
No. We gonna say it. We gonna say it because this is the thing. People just have to learn that, you know what I'm saying, the truth is what it is.
Don't get me in trouble. Right?
No, you're not gonna get in trouble. You're not gonna get in trouble. They're gonna come after me though. Like, people don't. I say, if I sit here and I say, hey, I am a Christian, before anything, I am a Christian. I am a believer in Jesus Christ, and I have dedicated my life to the way of Jesus. And then I say, but I'm a rapper. They're gonna lose their minds. Like, yes, they get people get very upset. Oh, how come you don't want to be a Christian rapper? If I was a basketball player, you would not expect me to be like, yeah, oh, he's a, like, they don't expect Steph Curry to say he's a Christian basketball player. He's a Christian.
I can see that.
He's a blatant, like, very outspoken, born again Christian. But they don't be like, like they don't come after him for not being like, no, don't call me a basketball player. I'm a Christian basketball player. Like, they don't come after him for that. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, I am a Christian, but do I make music for Christians? No, I don't know.
You don't?
I do not.
Interesting.
I make music for people that don't know, that don't know what I know. They don't believe in Jesus.
So you spreading the word to the
I want people to have hope that don't have hope.
Let's go.
And so I'm like, you're mad because I'm verbally telling you I'm not gonna make music for your youth group to go up. And I'm actually trying to give hope to people that don't have hope, and we know that hope is Jesus. And y'all are mad at me?
Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
That's what we're supposed to do, and you're mad at me? That's crazy.
I agree with you.
That's wild.
I agree with you, bro. I agree with you 110%.
Yeah. So that's a big no where we at. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people been they got Lecrae for it. They got Andy for it. They got, you know what I'm saying, some people come after NF because, well, that's a different thing. But you know what I'm saying? Like, anybody who goes on to, like, they go on to Sway in the Morning, and Lecrae says something like, I'm a rapper. I'm a Christian, you know what I'm saying? They'll say, like, I'm a rapper who's Christian. And they'll be like, you're abandoning the faith. Kill him. Like, it's crazy. I'm like, how are you mad at that? I don't understand. But hey,
interesting.
Game's a game.
That's a lot to unpack. That's interesting. That's interesting. So, do you feel like lyrically, like these Christian rappers are more lyrically, inclined? They're better than actual regular rappers?
I would say that there are a select few. That I know. There are.
I just want to say this because I've been listening to, because from you kind of, I've been listening to a lot of Christian rappers from you, Dante, Hog Mob.
Tay, yeah, that's the big homie.
That's my guy.
That's the big homie.
So I listen to everything, bro, and these Christian rappers go hard, bro.
Bro, there's a art. My brother, No Big Deal. He is. I mean, you know, obviously. So to me, Cole, Kendrick, Drizzy, them is the GOATs.
Yeah, I agree.
You're never. To me, I don't care what. I know this is a thing. I don't think there is a person alive that raps better than Kendrick Lamar.
Woo!
I don't think
that's a big statement.
And I say it boldly. And I know people be like, "Oh, Hov, you don't disrespect Jay-Z. Oh, don't disrespect Eminem." Look, Kendrick Lamar is the GOAT.
Let's go.
He's the greatest of all time. Kendrick Lamar is the greatest rapper to ever breathe air in his lungs.
Woo!
Fight me.
Woo!
Fight me.
Woo!
I do not care. But so I'm excluding that. I'm excluding that when I say this. But you know, I'm like, you know, rappers like No Big Deal. If you listen to his raps, yo, this nigga is spitting.
Let's go.
Like he's like, I personally don't know and have not heard any rappers except for, like I said, the GOATs that is rapping better than this dude.
Right.
That's rapping better. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, so, you know, yes. Like, because there's no filler. There's no room for filler. It's like, you know, people already think you suck because you're a Christian. Like they think you suck.
Wow.
It is what it is. So it's double. You have to do double the work. And so, you know, and you know, Dill has definitely gotten some, you know, he's definitely seen success from it. You know, he's got he dropped his last album in 2019. He got a top 50 Genius album release of that year. That joint was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like Will Smith posting his stuff, Shakira posting his stuff, Chance following him on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like all these people paying attention because they see the art and they see the talent and they're like, oh, he's going crazy.
Right.
Oh, this is actually fire. And then they go, oh shoot, you're a Christian rapper. And it's like, yeah, you notice that second because he's better than most of the people that you've heard. That is what it is.
Absolutely.
You know, and so
that's wild, bro. That's awesome. So
yeah,
cool.
man. Yeah.
My guy over here is, man, this guy's special. Hey, you know what? No, it's crazy. I want to bring something to my people. I did not know that Christian rappers be having beefs. Hey, my dude over here, John Keith over here, is battling against another rapper. I ain't gonna say his name because it's kind of old, you know, a little bit. But how do Christian rappers have beef, bro? Like, explain that to me.
That's how. Well, okay. I'll be honest. I started that.
Hey, you sound like you a menace, bro.
I'm the more you get to know me, I'm like, I'm certain something I said in this interview is gonna get me in trouble with somebody.
Hey, we can erase anything, y'all.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Look, but it is what it is. So there is a section of Christians.
Oh boy, let's go.
That are under the belief that you can, you know, a Christian only looks like someone who is a Republican. A Christian only looks like someone who votes for Donald Trump.
Really?
Oh yeah. And so there were these rappers at the time. They say they've backed off Trump since then, so I'll give them that. But they were like, you know, they had some songs and they were like going hard for Trump. They were like, you know, oh, like MAGA step in. And it was like they was going hard.
Interesting.
And they're Christians. And so
this is interesting, bro.
I seen that. And here's the other thing. I'm firmly in the middle, right?
Right.
Like, watch, see, I'm about to get in trouble with somebody else. I've never voted in my life. fight me. So, you know, and so there's people, I've seen Christians try and demonize each other. I've seen Christians be like, oh, if you vote for Donald Trump, you're not actually a Christian. And people on the right are like, oh, if you're not voting for Donald Trump, you don't get to be a Christian. I'm like, you guys are all clowns.
Right.
That's not the way of Jesus. That's not how Jesus gets down. Like, you shouldn't be a Republican Christian or a Democrat Christian. You're a Christian Democrat or a Christian Republican. Like, that part of you comes first, right? And so not necessarily the title, but I'm saying, like, in that order of who you are. And so there's these people that was like, I guess you could say banging on Democrats, on Democratic Christians, you know, and they're like, you know, and they're very loud and just like obnoxious with it, and just not really, you know, and they're like, they were demonizing these other Christians. And so I said in my song on Eremos, I said, I actually don't even remember the word anymore. Oh, as some of y'all is corny. You say you know the truth, but the way you MAGA step, I wonder if he knows you. And so they caught wind of that later. And yeah, he came out with a full John Keith diss track. He was like, you going to hell. I was like, well.
This is interesting, bro.
There it is, you know.
This is interesting. This is a culture I don't know.
Yeah, you know, the thing is, like, Christian hip hop, they actually got tons of beef. It's just a lot of people not outward with it. I got a mouth problem, and so I end up in outward stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know,
that's interesting, bro.
We trying to work on it though. We trying to work. So, you know what I'm saying? He sent shots. I was fasting, so I didn't send no shots back. But
let's go.
You know,
he said he was fasting. I heard that, man. Respect. Hey, so you from San Diego though, right?
Yes, sir. Born and raised.
So who are your how'd you get into the music, bro?
So my mom kind of always had us, you know, we were kind of just born musical in general. All my brothers make music, and they're all dope. Like, and it's all different kinds of music. Me and my oldest brother, Glenn Ray, he performed here as well.
Yeah. He's dope.
Yeah, bro. He's hard. And
that's your brother?
That's my blood brother.
That's your blood brother.
Yeah,
he cold, bro.
You can't tell because our skin complexions is a lot different. Yeah, but yeah, you know what I'm saying, came out the same woman. So
let's go.
Yeah, that's Glenn my Ray. Brother. Yeah, shout out Glenn Ray. My brother Shua and my youngest brother Thani. That's not his name, bro. Hold up, man. Let me respect this dude real quick. He hasn't put out a lot of music, and so I forgot his artist name.
Okay.
To me, he's Thani, but you know what I'm saying, Nate Rubin.
Let's go.
That's where you can find his music, and he's hard. It's amazing. And so, you know, my mom's kind of always had us in music classes, all that growing up, playing in church growing up. But then, you know, I got into making music for myself through this program called the David's Heart Foundation.
Okay.
When I was 12, my mom dropped me off at these dudes' garage who had a recording studio.
Wow.
And was like, this is where you're going to be for the summer. And that's where I was for the summer. You know what I'm saying? But they became my family, you know. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Shad, shout out Brandon, shout out Joe Mack. And I was there from 12. So from 12 until 23 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, I was there as a student. I graduated. I started working there, and then I mean those are my brothers. I love them to death. They're a big reason why I am anywhere. You know, taught me how to produce. Taught me how to, you know, like they was Shad G was with me in the booth, and I'm like rapping, and he's like, "Do it again." No, do it again. Do it like this. Rap, you know, and like crafted me into who I am now. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and also have a lot to do with my faith walk. And so, you know,
who's some of your music influences?
Man, this kind of changes.
Well, in the early days, who kind of influenced you to start rapping? Like, what are some of the rappers that kind of influenced you?
Yeah, early days, the people that was influencing me was J. Cole, this artist named Andy Mineo, Kanye West, Kendrick. Yeah, that's early days. That's who it was. And then obviously, like Drake came into that eventually. Now, I love Tyler the Creator's creativity is just like, it just inspires me in general. A lot of Mac Miller.
Oh, nice.
Like, there's an artist named John Bellion. Matter of fact, now Justin Bieber. Like, I don't care. Fight me. He's fire.
Hey, he got some dope songs.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all can fight me. Bieber is hard. Hit records.
I love it, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So your style, though, who influenced more your style, though, would you say, out of all those rappers? Who would be the top one? J. Cole?
To me?
Yeah.
To me? Person that influenced my style the most, like if you ask my brother Glenn, he would tell you something else. I would say I think Kendrick has influenced me the most.
Okay. I can see that too.
He would say that Drake has influenced me the most.
Drake.
That's what he would say.
Drake.
There was a time where I was rapping exactly like J. Cole though.
That's why I hear some J. Cole in you.
Yeah, there was Cole. There's not a J. Cole song that I don't know all the lyrics to. So you know what I'm saying? Like it's all of them. You know what I'm saying? It's like a blend. You're just like a gumbo of all these different artists, and it makes you so.
Yeah, I was listening to one of your songs, right? And I wanted to ask you this because for a long time, right? So you talk about a lot of depression and things like that. Then you said that you don't believe in therapy because you don't trust another man. Mm-hmm. Why would you say that?
I meant it at the time.
Damn.
I was like, growing up, I was kind of shown that I can't really trust nobody. And that's not true.
Right.
That's what I believed. Thank God. I mean, I've done therapy.
Do you believe in therapy?
I do believe in therapy. I need to get back to it, to be honest. But it's a tough process, man. It's painful.
Yeah.
And I know that it's good, but when I wrote that, I meant it. I was like,
that's why because I felt that.
Yeah, it's like, you're just supposed to trust is hard and it hurts, and so it's like, people were telling me at the time, you should try some therapy, and I'm like, I can't. What? And I also, to be honest with you, I had other things that I didn't know it was black therapists.
That's funny, bro.
That was the thing. I was going to go talk to some old white man about my issues I have with white people. I'm not about to, like that.
They can't relate to us.
Yeah, that's how I felt at the time, and to be honest, my first therapist was a white man, and he was good. He was good, and I learned a lot from him. And I do need to go back to therapy because I think it's a good practice.
Right. That's one of the biggest misconceptions in our community. Like therapy, they think that it doesn't work. Thing like that. They can't relate to us. I haven't really personally done it, but I definitely want to do it though because it's good for everybody.
Yeah. If you can. Somebody's not ever going to fix your problems, but now I've seen that therapy is someone helping you get the tools. They can't fix it for you. It's just like it's like a trainer. You go to the gym, you can go by yourself. You can try and figure it out.
Right.
Some people do. You know what I'm saying? And some people they need a trainer. Like They need someone to help walk you through stuff, and they're not gonna work out for you. It's still gonna hurt. You still got to do the work. But there's someone to walk you through that. And so, yeah, I mean, I do. I believe in therapy a lot.
I love it. What are some things that you learned throughout your music career that you can share into those up-and-coming artists who wants to be that John Keith? You know what I'm saying?
Man, don't drop no album.
Don't drop an album.
Don't drop no album. Don't put no album out.
What?
Don't put an album out.
What?
Don't do that. You are gonna waste so much music to people that's not really waiting for your music. You did
In the early stages that you're saying.
Yeah, in the early stages. If you are, and it's tough to, I'm not trying to make everything go by Spotify metrics, but Spotify is a good metric to go by. You know, you can look and kind of get a good idea. Spotify has the most amount of users, I think, except for maybe YouTube, but Spotify is very good at showing you who's paying attention to you. And so, like, if you ain't even got, like, bro, I'm just gonna be honest, if you ain't got 1 million monthly listeners, don't drop no album.
Wow.
Because unfortunately, it's very sad because I'm an album artist. Like, I love dropping out. I just dropped an album.
Right.
I wish I didn't drop an album.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, like, yes, it means something to people. I'm not saying I regret putting it out, but I'm just saying, like, these songs, like, that you poured your whole heart into, like, I put out a 17 song album.
Yes, you got some bangers on there.
You know, and it's songs that I believe in every single one of those songs. And people look and they see this daunting task of going through 17 songs, and if they're not already in love with what you do, they're not listening to your album. And so now the algorithm, the Spotify algorithm and playlisting and all that kind of stuff, you can only pitch one song, maybe two. I don't know for sure, but it's like you can't pitch 17 songs if you put out an album, but each one of those songs can hit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're wasting music. You're wasting so much music. You know, and it's like you can drop a song and that song goes crazy and just hits all these different, you know, and it's. Yeah, so don't drop no album, man.
Just drop singles.
Drop singles. Put out singles. I'm not. You will not see another John. Hey, enjoy Eremos, man, because you will not see another John Keith album.
Whoa!
Until I'm well past 1 million monthly listeners. So if you want another John Keith album, tell your friends. Tell your friends. What are we doing? I'm not about to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to waste no more music.
Let's go.
We dropping singles.
Biggest mistake you made in your career?
Drop an album. No.
Dang.
I don't know, man. I think God has really
I'll just ask that because you can learn from. I want people to learn from your mistakes and your past mistakes, your trials and tribulations.
Yeah, man. I mean,
nothing crazy.
Nah, I've never signed no like terrible deal. I've never I ain't done nothing like that. So,
would you sign to a major label?
If they had
if they had that bread.
They had that bread. Like a major label deal. At this point, I would say no, because I think in order to sign any kind of good deal, I think you need just a solid amount of leverage. If you don't got leverage like that, then they're going to play you.
So for a Christian rapper, do you guys have with like a major label sign a Christian artist, or you have specific labels that for your genre of music?
No. They don't. No. And it's actually funny, man. A lot of the labels, especially nowadays, like with people like Kanye, people like Justin, people like Chance. There's a matter of fact, there is a I don't remember the name of the label. You know who Emmanuel the Prophet is?
I do.
Yeah, so there's a label that just launched it's just a positive music.
That's dope.
Right?
Right.
They signed Emmanuel the Prophet, and then Emmanuel the Prophet dropped a co-release with Lil Yachty. So like, that's Lil Yachty's song. You know what I'm saying? And so I think the labels are also starting to realize, oh, these are not two separate genres. Like this is hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so like they're like, oh, this has a market, and like I said, you know, a lot of people are getting tired of just listening to debauchery at all times of the day. And so they're like, oh, let's push into this. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, shout out to Manuel the Prophet, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think people are slowly starting to realize that, you know, if JID can, you know what I'm saying, talk about Allah in his song, and he didn't just start Muslim rap, it's just rap. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, oh, well, actually, maybe it's just all rap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I think you're very smart, bro. I think you're very smart. And I think what you're doing, I see what you're doing, and I think it's very smart what you're doing. And it's also like, you know, I think people are going to start following your movement. You know what I mean? And
Appreciate
I think
it,
that
bro.
what happens is when you step out of a circle and do something different, you're going to get, you know, some backlash. But when it becomes successful and more successful, people start following it. Then you will be that, you know, the trendsetter. You'll be that pioneer of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank
That's
you.
super dope. That's super dope, man.
Yes, sir.
But how do you feel about social media?
I hate it.
I know. That's why I asked you. Why do you hate, bro? You know, I asked you this question because I know what you're gonna say, right? And I don't understand it, right? Because with you don't like social media, but when you look at your social media, it's like so clean. It's so stupid. It's amazing. And everything that you do is like top notch. It's clean. And I feel like the reason I ask you these questions because I want people to go back and look at your movement and what you're doing, and they can learn from it, especially your social media, the way you know, you market yourself, the quality, everything is top notch. But when you be like, then I listen to your you know, interviews or in your song, you be like, you hate social media. I'm like, how you hate social media? But everything's dope. Like it don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like it's a very fickle thing, and I feel like social media has become, unfortunately, I think it's become the biggest factor in the music industry. I think that's stupid. Yeah. I think that labels right now are shelving artists that don't want to post on TikTok. I think that's stupid. Like, this person is a music artist, not an influencer.
Yeah. And
so now, you know, we're kind of all pushed into this space where we have to all become social media influencers. And I'm like, I'm a people person, you know what I'm saying? People say I'm a funny guy, and like I have no problem being in front of a camera. Like that doesn't bother me, but I don't like it's like, this is not what I signed up for. I want to make music. You know what I'm saying? I want to make music. I want to put out the music. I want to go perform the music. I want to make music videos.
Right.
Social media doesn't leave room for music videos. Like, they're like, no, that's out. Now we want you to make 15-second like reels and TikToks with just one part from the song. So pick a part. Hopefully that's the section, and you know, dump your whole thing into this. And so it's a pause. But I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. I'm not trying to. I hate it. I hate it, dog.
Bro, I remember saying that. I was like, this dude's social media is so clean. I'm learning from it. You know what I mean? Like,
man, I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it.
I'm proud of you, man.
It's a doozy. You know what I'm saying? And I think that it's so interesting. You know, it's now the biggest part of the music industry, and it's also the most toxic part for our mentals.
Yeah, it is.
Like, you'll post something that you poured your heart into.
Yeah. And
then because the algorithm just whatever, it wasn't feeling you that day, you got 200 likes on it, and you think now this is bad art.
100%.
And so now you trying to throw it out, and you want to try and do something new, when it's like, no, that wasn't the case. It's just that social media sucks so very much.
It does.
So you're right, like, so, you know, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Some people are very good at it, though.
Yeah.
Like,
It's so funny. That's so funny. You're very good at it. And you are an influencer. And you're making it, and you got a nice following. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, what is this guy talking about? You know what I mean? But man, I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of what you're doing. And you, like I said, you're making some noise, man. And you're definitely one of the most prominent, one of the biggest artists to come out of San Diego. If you look at what you're doing and your following, bro, you go to I see your shows. It's like crazy people in the crowd, and you got some real fans. Man. You got real supporters. Man, and a lot of these artists don't have the supporters like how you have them. You know what I'm saying?
They're the best, man.
What is one of your favorite tour moments, performing moments?
Yo, well, I say for one, there's no feeling like people screaming your lyrics back to you because it means that much to them. There's no feeling like that. Really makes you just aware of the impact that your words have. So there's a moment at my last show. Somebody brought me, actually 2 people. Somebody brought me a hoodie. It was a piece of merch, right? And it was a butterfly on the front, because butterflies are like all over my stuff. Right. And then it was the track list for my album on the back with the bridge in the middle of the track list. And it was just like it was a dope piece of merch. And then somebody else brought me a skateboard deck that they painted, also with butterflies all over it. And it had my lyrics, "Don't be lonely by yourself." And it was like a "Don't be lonely by yourself" cause collaboration that he hand painted and gave to me. I was like, dude, this is,
that's crazy.
Y'all are the dopest. I wish I could. I don't have a picture of it on my phone, but you know what I'm saying? Like that, those things are incredible.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like that, you took time. It was like, I'm going to design this and work on this because your art meant something to me. And so, that's for me right now. Like that's crazy.
That's amazing, bro. I love to see you grow as well. And when I look at some of the videos, the girl, I seen a clip of a girl know all the words of your song. So you're seeing her performing, and she knows every word, bro. She's like just reciting everything. You know what I'm saying? So it makes me good to see you grow, man, and do your thing. You know what I mean? And I see other clips of hundreds of people in the crowd, and it is going crazy. And you're killing it, man. You know what I mean?
Thank you, man.
Yeah, man. So, bro, do you want to leave anything to your fans, to your audience? You want to tell them anything before we get out of here?
You know what I'm saying? Man, go stream John Keith.
Let's
you know
go.
What I'm saying? All over the place. Don't be lonely by yourself. Go listen to Eremos. Go buy some merch. You know what I'm saying? We almost out. Whatever. Actually, by the time you see this, we might be out. It might be gone, baby. So, my bad. My bad. It wasn't intentional.
What's your favorite taco shop in San Diego? I forgot to get that in, and let me get that one in before we get out of here.
I gotta say Tacos El Gordo.
Tacos El Gordo?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I respect.
That's my joint. That's
National
my joint.
City?
I like the one over on Palm.
I don't think I've been to that one.
Really? The one over in it's like Deep Chula Vista?
Yeah, I've been in that one.
Really?
I don't think so. So off of Broadway?
Nah, it's like you get on the 805 South.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. No, I've been there.
You go down past you almost in what else is over there? I don't know what else. It's on the way to like Palm Promenade.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, but I've never been there.
That's the one. That's the one.
Let's go.
Yeah, that joint's crazy.
Man, we got John Keith in the building, man. Let me say, like I'm trying to tell you guys, man, show this man some love. You're doing big things for the San Diego, the city. Very proud of him. It's putting out positive messages. You know what I'm saying? And Christian rap, but it's dope. Anybody can listen to it. Like I said, you can learn a lot through his journey. He's pouring his heart out, being transparent. You know what I mean? So please go support our local artists here in San Diego, man. Once again, I know you're very busy, man. You're on that road. I appreciate your time and coming to spend it with Big Hendo here. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Hendo Unplugged. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
But hey, man, we'll see you guys on the next episode. We got John Keith in the building, and we are out.